Many people often wonder if narcissists can change, mainly because, as empaths, we want to believe that we can help everyone. We want to believe that our love can change people. So we go through life helping and loving everyone we can, especially our family members or our partners. And if our loved ones are narcissistic, we truly, deeply want to believe that our ongoing efforts are going to cause some miraculous healing in those loved ones. But what we often fail to understand is that we cannot help those who choose not to help themselves. We learn to heal our own traumas, and the narcissist must do the same. Narcissists love the empath's caring nature because they get all the sympathy, attention, and efforts that feed their need for supply. The narcissist does not love us. They only love the supply we give them. When we give our energy to the narcissists in this way, we are unaware that we are actually only enabling them. Our love for the narcissist is being used and abused. One of the primary reasons narcissists do not change is their profound lack of self-awareness. They have a distorted self-image, believing they are superior to others and deserving of special treatment. This grandiose sense of self makes it difficult for them to acknowledge their flaws or shortcomings. Without self-awareness, they cannot recognize the need for change. Even when confronted with evidence of their harmful behavior, the narcissist will often dismiss it as the fault of others, always blame-shifting and projecting their behaviors onto those around them. Narcissists have an insatiable need for validation and admiration. This need drives their behavior and interactions with others. They seek out relationships or situations that reinforce their false self-image, preferring relationships that provide them with the admiration they crave. Changing their behavior would require them to relinquish this constant need for validation, which is something they are typically unwilling to do. The prospect of losing this external validation can be too threatening to their fragile self-esteem. Because narcissists have a strong lack of empathy, it makes it difficult for them to understand how their behavior affects those around them. They do not have the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Narcissists do not care about the pain they cause others. They only care about their own needs or feelings and will deliberately cause pain to others to pleasure their sadistic self-satisfaction. Because of this fact, they do not feel motivated to change their behaviors. The narcissist has a range of defense mechanisms that protect their fragile self-esteem. These can include denial, projection, or rationalization. Denial involves refusing to accept reality. Projection involves attributing their own unacceptable qualities to others, and rationalization involves justifying their behavior with plausible but untrue explanations. These defense mechanisms prevents the narcissist from facing the truth about themselves or their behavior, making change unlikely. Change also requires having vulnerability, as it involves admitting mistakes or confronting painful emotions. Narcissists are typically terrified of vulnerability because it threatens their grandiose self-image. Having to admit that they are flawed or that they need to change can feel like an admission of inferiority, which they are often unwilling to accept. This fear of vulnerability can keep them stuck in their pattern of toxic behaviors, as they are unwilling to take the emotional risks required for change. They do not want to feel shame or guilt. This is why they spend their lives projecting these feelings onto others. Narcissists typically do not want to change, often seeing nothing wrong with their behaviors. Instead, they attempt to surround themselves with people who enable their toxicity. They may seek out relationships with individuals who are willing to provide the admiration and validation they crave. People that cannot see through the narcissist's lies or manipulations are often the ones who will give the narcissist the attention they want. These relationships can create an environment in which the narcissist's behavior is continually reinforced, making it impossible for them to see the need to want to change. Additionally, those who are close to the narcissist can also enable their behavior, either out of fear or a desire to avoid conflict or drama. Most narcissists do not believe there is anything wrong with their abusive ways. They do not see that they are actually delusional and not living in reality. Instead, They spend their lives trying to trap victims in their matrix so they can drain them for supply, living in a repetitive cycle of their destructive patterns until they become a lonely, aging narcissist. Even if the narcissist does seek therapy, they can often resist the therapeutic process. They may see therapy as a way to gain more admiration or to reinforce their self-image rather than as an opportunity for self-improvement. Likely seeing the therapist as someone else to manipulate by presenting a distorted version of reality that can make it difficult for the therapist to address the root issues or understand the truth. Additionally, therapy requires a level of introspection and self-awareness that many narcissists are unwilling or unable to engage in. Most personality traits are relatively stable over time, becoming resistant to change. Narcissistic traits, in particular, are deeply ingrained and are often established early in life. These traits can become a fundamental part of the narcissist's identity, making change extremely difficult. While it is possible for individuals to change aspects of their personality, it requires a significant amount of effort, motivation, and support, all of which are often lacking in narcissists. Narcissists live for short-term gains such as admiration, attention, control, validation, or power. The short-term rewards they get from their manipulative ways often reinforce their abusive behaviors. They are getting what they want, so why would they want to change? The immediate gratification they receive from their behavior often outweighs the potential long-term benefits of changing their behavior, making change unlikely. The impact of narcissistic behavior on relationships can also make change difficult. Narcissists often create a cycle of idealization and devaluation in their relationships, which can be difficult to break. Their partners may become enmeshed in this cycle, making it difficult for them to leave the relationship or to encourage the narcissist to change. Additionally, the narcissist's lack of empathy and unwillingness to take responsibility for their actions can make it difficult to establish the trust and communication needed for change. In conclusion, the reasons why narcissists often do not change are complex and multifaceted. Their lack of self-awareness, need for validation, lack of empathy, use of defense mechanisms, fear of vulnerability, reinforcement from others, resistance to therapy, ingrained personality traits, focus on short-term gains, and impact on relationships all contribute to their resistance to change. While change is not impossible, it requires a significant amount of effort and commitment, which many narcissists are unwilling or unable to invest. And we as empaths need to stop trying to change the narcissist. We can put that energy into helping those that are willing to help themselves, or use that energy to heal ourselves and better our own lives. If you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you in any way, please support us by liking this video, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. This will also help the YouTube algorithm to spread these videos out to more people. By sharing this content, together we can help others. Thank you.